Hey guys, how y'all doing? You're very welcome back to Autism and Me, and if you're new to the channel, you are very welcome. Now, before I start the video, I want to say a big massive thank you to everyone who has shared the videos, commented on the videos, liked the videos, watched the videos. It really does mean a lot. So thank you all very much for taking time out to send your support. I really do appreciate it. Now, today's episode, I am talking about a subject that's very close to my heart, which is depression. Now, depression is a condition that can come with autism, but it can also occur for people who are not on the spectrum. Can happen to anyone at any given time, and it can come from a variety of things. For some of you who don't know, I suffered from depression back a couple of years ago, and that came from a lack of social support. Now, my depression pretty much came from a variety of things. It came from school, a little bit online, a small bit in college. But it was mainly because of school. When you're a young person with autism, it's secondary school can be a challenging place. It can be more challenging when people are just picking on you and you don't understand why. Now, I went from primary school, where everyone was friendly to each other and good to each other, and then that just seemed to change in secondary school. People would just turn on you, just pick on you, and you don't understand why. And they would say like you're this, that, you're the other, and it does impact on you as well. It really does make an impact, and you do sadly start to believe in what they're saying. And then going through up the ladder in secondary school, I didn't have the same connection with friends as I did, when I first came into the school. We kind of grew apart a wee bit, and unfortunately, this had an effect on me. And social media, now I know what you're going to say, social media, you don't see the bad stuff, and I know that now, but at the time I didn't know it. I didn't know that at the time you only see the good stuff. You don't have that mindset in your head, and I pretty much took everything to heart. I felt really low. I felt that people just didn't care for me. When you're seeing all these statuses and you feel like you're not really making an impact with any of these people, you just want and you think you're friends with these people, but you start to question, am I really friends with these people? They're not inviting me to these things. They're not really making much effort with me. They're not including me in these things, which is really hard. Really hard thing to do, and especially if it's coming on a recurring theme, you do start to really feel low about yourself. And I remember there was even one time that happened and my confidence was hitting all-time low. I felt really just useless. I actually started to question myself, there's something wrong with me. People don't seem to care for me as a friend. Like, they don't seem to have it. They seem to just like him but don't want to be friends with me. So that definitely does play a huge part in your life. And then online, I would have got some stick as well, because I would have got people just going in on me, and I didn't really understand why. Now, I just want to say that I'm not saying, oh, everything I did was right and everything else everyone did was wrong. I said stuff in school, said stuff online that I shouldn't have, and I regret it. But I just felt like at times when people just went in on you over stuff and you don't understand why. And I just want to say as well, if anyone's watching this from school or online, if I have ever said anything hurtful to you, then I do apologize, because nobody is perfect. We all have moments where we just say stuff. But if I ever had said anything, I just want to go out and say, look, I am sorry if I've ever said anything hurtful or mean to anyone. When you are getting attacked, you don't understand why. It's just when every social environment you go to and you're getting picked on, it does impact on you. And it does, have a hindrance on you. It really does make you feel low. But what got me through my depression was finishing school, but also going to college and making new friends. I made some great friends in college that I don't know where I would be without them. And yeah, college has ups and downs, but I made some great friends who I know I'm going to have the rest of my life. I know that they will be there for me whenever I need them. I can just call them at any time, message them at any time, and they'll be there for me. And it really does mean the world have those people in my life. You know, I don't know where I would be without them. As I always try and finish with a positive, that depression is hard, but there is always light at the end of a tunnel. You know, if you haven't found the light, keep looking. And also, if you are being left out of things, don't let it bother you, because the the time I spent away from people, I learned just to love myself. I learned to build myself back up. I learned to have confidence in myself, a inner belief in myself. I learned to just believe in myself. And I think that's a problem. Like, you know, I do probably struggle with believing in myself, but I build myself up. I spend time when I'm away from people just to build myself up, saying you are good. You are as good as anyone. You're as good as any person. Like, you know, with confidence as well, that to most people I would be an outgoing, confident fella, but this just shows, I feel, that it can hit anyone. So anyone can be affected. Like, you know, the most confident social person can suffer from depression, and it usually is the person who's trying to make everyone feel happy. So if anyone here is suffering from depression, you can just remember there is light at the end of a tunnel. You know, it will get better. If I can get through it, you can. And that's all for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Any questions you have or anything you'd like to add, feel free in the comment section below. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.